Good morning and welcome back to our Road to Jerusalem series as we journey every day closer and closer to Easter during this Lent season. Today we're looking at Luke chapter 19, 1 through 10. And as we continue in this series, we're seeing that Jesus is moving closer and closer to the cross. And as he moves towards Jerusalem, as he moves towards the cross, he also keeps moving towards people. Specifically, people that others ignored, people that others avoided, people that others assumed were too far gone. And if you've ever felt like this, I'd like to invite you to Hope Community Church this Easter, because this is exactly what Jesus does. He moves towards people like you and me, people who have been hurt, who have been rejected by others. Jesus moves towards us. And in the text today, we'll see that Jesus is moving towards a man named Zacchaeus. He is wealthy, he is powerful, and he is not respected. He's a tax collector. In fact, the text says he's a chief tax collector, which means he's made a lot of money by taking advantage of others. And people don't like him. They don't trust him. They've written him off. But something in him is curious. He wants to see Jesus. But when Jesus comes through town, the crowd blocks him. He can't see, not because he doesn't want to, but because people are in the way. And if we're honest, that's still happening today. Sometimes it's other people that keep us from seeing Jesus. Sometimes it's past experience, hypocrisy, hurt, assumptions about the church. But there are people who get in our way to see Jesus. And sometimes the crowd makes it hard for us to see Jesus clearly. So what does Zacchaeus do? He climbs up a tree. He just wants to get a glimpse. And this is the moment. Zacchaeus is trying to see Jesus, but Jesus is already looking for him. Jesus stops. He looks up and he says, "Zacchaeus, hurry up and come down, for I must stay at your house today." Zacchaeus is trying to find Jesus, but Jesus was already seeking him. That's what we call grace, because we often think, I can understand who Jesus is if I could just figure things out. If I could just get my life together, then I will look at who Jesus is and what he wants. If I could just get closer to God, things would matter. But this story flips everything around. Zacchaeus doesn't get to Jesus. Jesus gets to Zacchaeus. And not from a distance, not casually. He calls him by name. Jesus says, "I must stay at your house today." Not later, not when you've changed, not when you've proven yourself, but today. And the crowd, they don't like it. They start complaining. In fact, the text says, he's going to be with a sinner, because grace offends other people who think that grace should be earned. But grace doesn't just accept, grace transforms. Zacchaeus stands up and says, "I will give half of what I have to the poor. If I've cheated anyone, I'll repay 4 times over." Don't miss this. Zacchaeus didn't change to get to Jesus. He changed because Jesus came to him. Did you catch that? Grace is personal. Jesus knows Zacchaeus' name. Grace is pursuing. Jesus moves towards Zacchaeus. Grace is transformative. Zacchaeus' life changes. And that's why Jesus is on the road to Jerusalem. He says it right here in verse 10. The Son of Man came to seek and save the lost. That was his mission. He's not waiting. He's seeking. He's not avoiding. He's moving towards you, and he's moving towards me. And he's going to do that through the cross by taking our sin, our shame, and our brokenness, and offering forgiveness, new life, and restoration. And here's what this means for you. If you've ever felt blocked, overlooked, or unsure where you stand with God, Jesus sees you. He knows your name. He is moving closer and closer to you. That's why he came. For other people, who is your Zacchaeus? If you already have a relationship with Jesus, who is your Zacchaeus? Who is someone that others overlook? Who is someone that other people avoid or others assume is too far gone? Jesus moved towards Zacchaeus. Who is he calling you to move towards? Would you pray for that person today? And take one step. Send them a text message. Start a conversation. Invite them to sit with you at church. Invite them to Easter. This is the perfect time to invite someone to church. Would you invite them to Easter at Hope Community Church and sit with them? You don't need to have all the answers. Just say, hey, would you come to church with me this Easter Sunday? Because Jesus is still seeking. Because Jesus is still saving. Jesus is calling people by name. And just like Zacchaeus, everything could change in a single moment. Thanks for joining us today. Today's Saturday. There's church tomorrow, and so if you'd love to come join us at Hope Community Church tomorrow, we meet at Antelope High School at 10:30. We'd love to see you. God bless you. Take care.